Okay, let's talk about making money online. It feels like a total maze, right? You've got a million different paths, 1,000 gurus all yelling at you from your screen. It's so easy to just get completely stuck. But what if, and hear me out, what if there was one single, clear framework to cut through all of that noise? I'm willing to bet you're feeling a little overwhelmed by it all. You've probably spent weeks, maybe even months, just learning, right? Planning, watching video after video, but you still haven't landed that first paying client or earned that first dollar. And listen, it's not because you're lazy. It's because nobody's ever given you the actual map.
Well, that changes today. We're going to cut right through all that noise. In this explainer, we're taking all that conflicting advice and boiling it down into one single, clear framework. And the whole point is to help you find the right path for you based on your goals.
All right, so the very first thing you have to decide, and this is a big one, because it shapes everything else, is your timeline. So ask yourself, are you looking for cash in your pocket like right now? Or are you trying to build a real asset for the future? This is basically the first major fork in the road. Okay, let's break this down. On one side, you've got the immediate return path. This is all about speed. We're talking about getting paid within a few hours for doing pretty simple stuff like usability tests or surveys. Then, on the other side, you've got long-term growth. Now, this is not about quick cash. This is about building a real, sustainable business over months, maybe even years. The focus here is totally different. It's about developing skills, getting clients, and creating something that can actually grow.
And this chart here really makes the difference crystal clear. I mean, look, you can do a 20-minute usability test and have $10 in your PayPal account almost instantly. But if you start a bookkeeping business, you might be waiting 3 to 6 months just to land your first client, even though you can end up making way more money down the line. It's that classic trade-off, speed versus scale.
Okay, so once you've picked your timeline, the next big step is choosing your business model. And what's cool is that we can pretty much boil down every online opportunity into one of 3 main paths. Let's dive in. First up, we've got what we can call the task taker. This model is all about trading small chunks of your time for quick, small payments. So think about completing surveys on a site like Swagbucks or giving your feedback on a website through user testing. It's super low stakes, and it's all about that immediate payout.
Next, we have the practitioner. This is where you, as a solo professional, are selling a specific skill directly to clients. So you're a bookkeeper, or you're an online tutor, or maybe a freelance ad designer. The point is, you are the one doing the work and delivering the result because you have the expertise. And honestly, this is the foundation for most real long-term online businesses. And finally, we have the system builder. This is like the evolution of the practitioner. This is the point where you stop trading your time for money directly. Instead, you build systems, you create processes, and you hire a team. You're not just the bookkeeper anymore. You own the bookkeeping agency. This is how you really truly scale.
But, and this is super important, there's a big warning that comes with this. As Sean Stanberry says, if you don't actually know how to produce the result yourself, you're building your whole business on a house of cards. You just can't skip the practitioner step and jump straight to being a system builder. It's a recipe for disaster. You have to master the skill yourself first. Bottom line, learn the work before you try to lead the work.
Okay, so let's say you've decided, yep, practitioner is the path for me. The next thing you absolutely have to do is create an offer that makes you the only choice for a very, very specific type of client. Because if you try to help everybody, you'll end up helping nobody.
Elliot Phillips has this brilliant analogy for this. He says if you try to tutor everybody, you just blend in like another pebble on the beach. You become completely indistinguishable. The goal is not to be just another pebble. The goal is to be the one unique gem that a very specific person is desperately looking for.
So, how do you actually become that gem? Well, it's a simple 4-step process. Step 1, pick one subject. Not 2, not 5, just 1. Step 2, pick one type of client. Are you helping first graders learn to read, or are you helping local dental clinics with their Instagram ads? Get super, super specific. Step 3, figure out the tangible result you can get for them. And finally, step 4, name their dream outcome. What's the ultimate transformation they're really buying? You do those 4 things and you'll have a magnetic offer.
All right, so you've got this amazing, magnetic offer. You're ready to go out and get clients. But before you do that, we got to cover a few of the boring but necessary steps to make your business official. Let's quickly run through the startup checklist. So this checklist really just covers the basics. You're going to pick a business name, you're going to buy a website domain,
You'll choose a business structure, something like an LLC, that's a limited liability company, and it's great because it protects your personal assets. Then you get an EIN, which is basically like a social security number for your business, from the IRS. You use that number to open a business bank account, and then you put in a little bit of seed money to get started. Ticking these boxes is what makes it all feel real.
Okay, so we've covered the what, the who, and the how. But you know what? None of it means a thing without this final and I'd say most crucial step. This is literally the one thing that separates the people who succeed from the ones who just stay stuck learning forever.
And this quote from Morgan over at Fine Points just nails it. She says the goal is not be plagued by indecision, but try to just keep taking small steps to move forward. See, the secret isn't having the perfect, flawless plan. It's about taking small, consistent steps. Action is what creates momentum. Just doing more research doesn't.
So there you have it. You have the framework now. You know the decisions you need to make. You know the steps you need to take. The only thing left is to actually start. So I'm going to leave you with this question. What is the one small step, just one thing, that you are going to do today to move yourself forward?